Avenue has seen a lot of change in the past 5-10 years. And I have to admit, I'm generally not the kind of person that loves change. I like to have a plan and work the plan, ideally with as little interruption as possible. That's why a book that Pastor Jasmine told me about, How to Lead when you don't know where you're going, leading in a liminal season, was so eye-opening to me. The author, Susan Beaumont, is a consultant and has advised churches on numerous transitions and challenges. And she defines a liminal season as a time when one way of being or doing things has ended, but the new way is not yet known. And her encouragement to churches throughout the book is not to shy away from a liminal season or try to rush through it as quickly as possible, but actually to linger in it. Because it's in those liminal seasons that God transforms us. If we can allow ourselves to be drawn out of business as usual and spend time in that space between the familiar and the unknown, God can really get at us and use us in really special ways. A liminal season is a sacred space. But transformation isn't something that just happens. We need to be actively seeking His kingdom and discerning His will for us. That's why the church officers, elders, deacons, as well as staff and all the ministry teams have spent many hours over many months doing group discernment about what is God doing at North Avenue? Where do we need to be focusing during this time of transition so that it can be a time of transformation? Out of that process, we've identified 3 areas for us to focus on so that we can be ready and expecting transformation at North Avenue. We're using the acronym NEW to remember those 3 areas, as we've spent a lot of time over the past couple years with the scripture in Isaiah 43. Do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. The N in new is nurturing spiritual formation. And this is really about looking at how we're doing discipleship, making sure everybody has a place where their spiritual formation can really take shape and be meaningful as individuals and as a group. The E is engaging the congregation. There are some churches where people come in, sit back, and expect to be entertained. We're looking to be an engaged church where everyone is doing more than just showing up and consuming on a Sunday morning, but we're actually all giving back. We're living in relationship with each other. That is what engaging the congregation looks like. The W is welcoming community connections. We want to be a church that is not on an island behind our fortress walls, but we're out connected to the community. We're going out to others and we're welcoming our neighbors in. You're going to hear more about each of these 3 areas over the next few weeks. And we'd encourage you to be thinking about and praying about how you're being called to engage in each one. If you have any ideas or questions in the meantime, feel free to talk to an elder or a deacon, or you can email engage@napc.org with your questions and ideas. We're looking forward to seeing what God has in store at North Avenue during this season of transformation.